I think feminism is an ideology based on the oppression of women back then, but ever since right now, it has been very evolved because not only women struggle that is being concerned in the feminism movement right now, but also all gender inclusive struggles such as women on the work area, women on the college life, for example, and it has been a very diverse movement until today.
I believe that feminism basically is a social movement, strives for gender equality, but nowadays I see that feminist has become more than that. It becomes also part of someone's identity, thus some of us define ourselves as a feminist.
As for me, feminism is a spectrum of expression, whether you need a protection or empowerment. It's up to you to decide to drive that expression.
To make it simple, what feminists believe is that they deserve a better system within their country, their community, their family they currently live in. And if the question is about should feminists be women, well, just as simple as patriarchal movement doesn't always come from men. That's exactly why feminists doesn't always, have to be women. Everyone deserves to be feminist, and I think, everyone should be one.
I think what feminists believe is how all gender needs to have equality regarding their socio-economical background status. And no, I don't think feminists should be a female. I mean, I myself is a feminist, so yeah, you see that feminists can be for everyone and it is not exclusive for women only.
Well, in a nutshell, I believe that feminists believes in gender equality. So the world that they imagine is on how men and women are having same opportunities, same chances, for example, be it in a job, in education, and so on and so forth. But does feminists have to be female? No. It could be male, it could be cisgender, it could be anyone. Simply you need to believe in gender equality.
To be honest, I don't think aggressive is the right word to define all the movement that is done by feminists. If we think about the past and doing a little throwback about how women are abused, how people, enjoy victim blaming, and doing a very, very genuine support for those who rape women. I don't think everything that women did is something that should be considered aggressive. Because what they do is they respond towards the fact that they are abused and they deserve to say out loud that they want a justice.
Well, in my personal opinion, we don't hate men. We hate patriarchal. So even if you're a woman, if you're patriarchal, we hate you.
Well, I cannot say for sure because there are a lot of different feminism movement. For example, there is liberal feminism who strive for equality of all gender, but also there's a radical feminist who actually essentially kind of hate men because they believe their belief is that how men is actually the root of all oppression of women, hence they have to eliminate men in order for them to actually achieving their goals. But it's just a matter of different perspective in each movement, right? Because there are feminists who actually hate men, there are feminists who actually don't hate men and strive for gender inclusivity. Hence, I cannot say this for the whole feminism branch.
Free Nipple campaign. I don't know. In these kinds of situations where I feel really hot in Indonesia, I just really want, take off my shirt and, be like boys. They can do whatever they want, even being topless in front of thousands of people. But when women do that, sexual assault, people may think that we're crazy and those stuffs. I grew up in a family, a very conservative family, a really religious family, who of course against those kinds of things where women should keep their clothes on and only give virginity when you're already married. But I think that Free the Nipples become the basic idea and campaign where, the basic reason why men and women are distinguished is because all people, even women, identify themselves as something sensitive and not worth to be seen by others. We are worth to be seen. Vagina is worth to be seen by others, and it's something that this campaign really, really good at.
Okay, about Free the Nipple, I love the objective, of course, fighting for equality in terms of sexuality, but for my personal opinion, I prefer a more lucrative movement, for example, like pushing for policy changes. Like in Indonesia, we are striving for RUU PKS, because somehow the problem with free nipple movement, I think, yes, it creates controversy and discourse, but the problem is that that discourse is very blurry. I mean, like, we don't know what kind of discourse that might happen. It's not always, like rotates among feminism each issue. It could be also about sexual issues and so forth. So, yeah. It's a good objective, but that's not the kind of way that I'm going to choose as a feminist.
Yes, everyone needs to be feminist. Exactly. Because, well, being women and men are great. But when you become feminist, it means that you have, a very decent heart that human beings should have to propose equality for others. And that's when you claim yourself feminist. It means that you already have, the responsibility to show what you are against for and what you are not a support. And I guess that everyone should be feminist to understand the whole concept of equality.
Everyone needs to be a feminist because I believe that feminism actually caters the whole needs of society, because if you need to understand that we are right now living under the patriarchal system, and I believe that this patriarchal system is actually harming everyone, not only women but also men, with their idea of toxic masculinity, where men must act in a certain behavior that so they are not being seen like they're not being seen and being discriminated for acting feminine, for example. I think that this is a very, very bad idea from the patriarchal society itself, because how not only this is oppressing the women obviously, but this is also oppressing the men itself, right? So yeah, everyone should be a feminist, because under feminism they actually will help you, will cater all of your struggles and compile it into one big issues, which is to actually destroying and abolishing the patriarchy system that has been oppressing not only the women but men itself for all this time.
Yes, I believe that everyone needs to be feminist, especially in the context of gender. I think both male and female are supposed to be feminism, because I would like to say that, notice, hey man, you are also get harms because of this patriarchal and toxic masculinity. Like, I mean, like the way how society construct men have to be the leader, have to be the alpha. You cannot cry, you cannot complain, you have to be, like a very strong and so on and so forth. Those kind of narrative exist exactly because of patriarchy. So if you actually wanted more freedom to express yourself, if you wanted to get out of this toxic society that always expect you to man up, then be a feminist.
You should become a feminist.
Be 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 a feminist.